have another package to open up here, and this is from Golem Beads. Golem is located in Bulgaria. Vlad makes these beads. Vlad and his family make the beads, and they are just outstanding. I had to step away and grab a little container because I'm going to try and put these beads in this box. They're definitely going to be mixed. There is only 3, 6, 9, 12 little squares in here. But these squares are pretty substantial size. So I think we will have no problem fitting beads in here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to actually set this off to the side. I did spend some time looking a few things up from their website to determine an individual price for things. But let's look at each bundle. I got 11 bundles. So this bundle, this is just the number that it had on the website, on the group Ceramic Art Bead Market is the name of the Facebook group. So this one came with these 2 lentils, 2 of the mint green ceramic rounds, and 2 of the pale yellow. And whatever is in this little package of goodness here. They do a pretty good job of wrapping it. I will say that I don't like that it came with a, or it came in a bubble envelope, but like they do a good job of wrapping everything. Okay, I'm going to take it off of here. It is stamped on the back that says Golem. And this is a 3-piece pendant set. All right. That is gorgeous. Now what I think I'm going to do is these particular ones where it's a complete set will have its own little box here. Because I only got 11 sets and there's 12 holes in here. So let's see. Oh yeah, these will fit in here with no problem. Ooh, that was just a little, okay. All right, so we're gonna put these in here. I really hope that I'm not setting myself up for failure and that they're gonna break. Because I don't think, yeah, this won't fit in my little box. Okay. So that was the first set here. All right, set number 2. I did pick up the majority of my sets are Halloween themed, but they could also be used just regularly as well. Like, for example, the only thing Halloween about this particular set, this is a paisley set, is that it has a Sally and a Jack inspired bead with it. And if you know, you know. So my thought is when I sort this, I'm going to put my Sally and Jack inspired bead in its own container, in its own little spot. And I'm going to put this paisley set in a spot on its own. Okay. It's polished on the back. It says Golem. I just really, really like it. This, you know, is kind of like Chief's colors. So if you know, you know. All right, well, let's see. I'm not too sure if this bad boy will fit. Oh my gosh, surprisingly, it doesn't fit perfectly, but it fits well enough that I'm pretty happy with it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the Golem in here, the little lentils and the round beads on the bottom, and I'm gonna put this guy right on top. And I'm gonna put my description in here with it. The reason I'm doing that is because later on I'm going to go in and I'm going to write on that piece of paper how much that bundle cost me and what each individual price is. And this is my Sally and Jack, so I'm going to set them off to the side. And you'll see why I'm doing that a little bit later on. Okay, set number 3. All right, so we've got this beautiful, these are the large lentils. This has got the turquoise and purple color. I really love that. Got some melons, 2 of just the solid purple and 2 white. This one's got tiny pendant with it. Well, not really a tiny pendant, but a smaller pendant than the others. All right. And there's my pendant for that set. It's really, really pretty. Okay. I kind of want to put these melons on their own, just like I did Sally and Jack, but for now, I'm gonna leave them with the rest of the set. Because the color just matches the leaves on those lentils and the pendant perfectly. Okay. Set number 4. Okay, this is another paisley set, but this one's got more of the yellow, like the mustardy gold color and lime green. And then it's got some flowers, some more of the melon, pumpkin beads, and a different blue. I really like that, and that purple. And this was just number 128, item number 128 on the sale. Okay. And here's the pendant for that. That is just gorgeous. Okay. And we're going to put this away. All right. I think it's easier for me to just leave that out. Okay. I have 2 more sets that have a cohesive theme, I believe. So we're going to put those away next. And then we'll get the last of the sets that are more of a hodgepodge. Okay, I'm gonna move this because I really want. Okay, so this set is all about the bats and the spiders. Look at those. It's got like blue and red on the bat here. We got some blue and white matching round beads. Some spider lentils, and these are the bat lentils. Okay. And this one is not glazed on the back, which is fine, but it does have a black clay like that. And here's my spider. That goes with my webs and then my bats. Isn't that cool? I really like that. Okay. We're gonna put these guys away. I think I'm gonna have to get some more of these little containers that I'm using because I have a lot more Golem beads and Damiana beads. Damiana is Vlad's daughter and she has her own line. I really enjoy both Vlad and Damiana. With Vlad, his stuff is more like stamped, and then they're done in different clays and they're painted different colors, but it's a lot of stamping, I believe. So in a way that's kind of stenciling, whereas Damiana is hand painted and hand drawn onto her clay beads. So okay, so this set we've got some star lentils, some orange and white rounds, and then we've got the bats with stars. And now the pendant piece. Is a witch's hat and a broom. I love that. Okay. Please be aware that I do make, or please know that I do make custom jewelry. So if you see a set in here and you want a custom piece made with a particular set, please keep in mind that these sets are not inexpensive. Each set costs between $50 and $75. So that goes into your base price for the materials for an item that you are asking me to custom make for you. Now my rate is materials times 2.5. That is what I charge for all of my jewelry. It's materials times 2.5. Okay, here's my next kit, and this is kind of a hodgepodge. This is what I'm talking about, separating out the Sally and Jack inspired beads and maybe like the round beads and the shaped beads like these. And look, we've got some cat, and I would actually include that in with the Jack and Sally inspired. And here's a spider web lentil bead right there that goes in this mix. And then it also has some small pendants, which I would use as like earrings. These are actually domed, so I would probably use these as small pendants. Okay. So, and yeah, I don't know that I'm going to keep these particular things together in the box. I've got 5 spots left. So if I were to put the Jack and Sally in with one, and I could do like the Halloween random lentils and the Halloween random pendants, shapes, and rounds. I would consider these shapes. And these like little pendants. Might have to split these up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there is that. And I am just, for now, let's put them all in their own little spot, so we can see them later and decide if we're going to break up the little mixes here. And these last ones are mixes, and they're all a hodgepodge like this. Okay. All right, here's our next mix. This was set 100. All right, so we have 2 of the little skelly faces, 2 of the kitty faces, 4 of the pumpkin beads, and 2 candy corn. And then we have pieces in here. So let's see which ones we got in here. And we've got 2 little scullies. These I would use for earrings for sure, because, you know, that's a pair. And then we've got a little kitty cat pendant. I don't really like kitty cats, but this can be used year round. It does not have to be Halloween. And it's the same thing with these little cat faces. They're not really a Halloween color per se. And they could be Cheshire cats. Little Alice in Wonderland going on here. But yeah, that little cat pendant can be used for anything. Not necessarily Halloween. And really, you can use melon beads any time of the year as well. I mean, these obviously orange ones are more fallish, but these can be summer. They can be beach. So, all right. And our next hodgepodge mix going on here. All right, we got a purple kitty cat face. We've got some hearts, some more of the melons, a Jack and Shelly or Jack and Sally inspired bead set there. And let's see what our tiny pendants are. Oops, hopefully I didn't just crack that. And if I did, that's on me. And I did not. That's good. Okay. We've got a Day of the Dead skull here with, he's got like a red flower eyes. And then we've got some bats. Got some orange and red bat there, and we've got a red bat. So orange and red and red. All right. Okay, we are down to 2. And our hodgepodge of beads going on here. This is just my name. All right, so we've got some brown of the pumpkin beads and some pink and blue. And we've got some Jack with some hearts and some Sally here. Actually, I want to look. Okay, I do have another Jack with a similar colorway there. That's cool. Here's a Jack in a similar colorway to the Sally. I like that. All right. Let's see what these pendants are. Oh, looky here. So we have a pair of the Day of the Dead skulls. And this is more of a peachy pink bat. Peachy pink with a purple bat and purple stars. And there's like a peachy orange with purple bat. And ghost. He's cute. I do have a lot of these Jack and Sally. My daughter is obsessed with Nightmare Before Christmas and having these Jack and Sally inspired beads. She will probably want something made with them. Okay, let me put all of my trash away before we dig into the final piece here, but my table's getting a little full of baggies and things. Okay. All right. Okay, we've got some darker brown pumpkin beads there. And these Jack and Sally's are more on the orange side, which is pretty interesting. I like that darker green spider web. And we've got more of an orange lined here for the Cheshire Cat looking. And we've got some of the mustard with some pink and two of the round beads here. And let's see what our little pieces are here. Okay, so we got a spider pendant that matches our lintel here. Okay, and a skull bead. With the amount of hodgepodge that's going on here, I'm going to give one more piece of advice. Don't shop after surgery. I bought these the day of surgery. So Vlad had a trunk show in ceramic art bead market web or Facebook group, and I shopped after surgery. So the majority of these were claimed when I was in and out of consciousness after my sinus surgery. I am absolutely in love. This one is likely my favorite set. This set cost $77, I think. It was $70+. This is the most expensive set that I have. A lot of these other sets were in the $50 range. This one, this one, this one, this one were in the $50 range. And I'm going to say that all of these sets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all 5 of these were under 50. This, and then these cohesive sets were all in the $50 range. This one was by far the most expensive. So. Okay. So that is what I have for Golem. I'm going to put this away and we are going to open the next box.